welcome to a meditation here in Fresno, and happy that we can join together. It's been a couple of months or more that we haven't had this event, so it's wonderful to have all of you join us. And it's a great pleasure to have Sister Denise with us, as many of you have already heard her talks in the past. So Sister Denise is with us today. Just for reference, she has been in San Francisco, and I know some of you have taken advantage of her classes through San Francisco. And today, Sister Denise has made this time for us to share her thoughts on how we can keep safe, not just in body, but body, mind, and spirit. So Sister Denise, please, you're on.
Om Shanti. Thank you so much, Shavina Ben and Kyoko Ben, for the beautiful harp music. And so kind of you to invite me to share with you this day. This is the day on which Brahma Kumaris all over the world, every third Sunday of the month, we do meditate, especially for peace in the world. And at this time, we are in troubled times, one thing after another, after another, after another. We are accumulating more and more challenges. And so this is a very important time for meditation, and especially for thinking about our personal safety. All of us who are here in this world thinking about the meditation for the world, we all have to be aware that meditation means that you are connected with the Supreme Being. And being connected with the Supreme Being means that you are connected with a vibration, an energy. You are connected with the source of peace and especially of wisdom and deep understanding. So the feeling of insecurity is one thing. The fact is, anybody can die anytime of anything. So insecurity is much more of a feeling than a fact, because the fact is, nobody knows what's going to happen next, but sometimes you feel secure because it seems to be secure. This is an impression that we get. But when we're connected with deep wisdom and we're connected with the Supreme Being and that truth that is represented and what the Supreme Being stands for, and the real truth of the matter is you are eternal. You are immortal. You cannot be destroyed as a soul. Your house can be destroyed, your car can be destroyed, your body can be destroyed, but you, the self, cannot be destroyed. Impossible. And so we have to be very sure about that. And this feeling of being sure about being indestructible, this does not come from, you can say, sense impression. The sure certainty of being indestructible comes with understanding. And that understanding is in the intellect. Feelings are in your mind. And the mind is very much guided by the intellect. And this is why in the spiritual practice that we do in Brahma Kumaris, we give a lot of attention to the intellect, which is able to give us access to facts. Facts which are not material facts, but facts which are spiritual facts. A spiritual fact is something rather unusual because we're used to physical facts. A spiritual fact is something that you can understand. You cannot perceive a spiritual fact because all spiritual things are intangible. the qualities of the soul, the qualities of God, can be perceived and are perceived in the mind. But the wisdom and understanding that I am a pure, peaceful, powerful, loving, blissful, courageous, kind, and beautiful being of light. This is something that you cannot perceive. You can only understand it, and you can understand it best by study, by experimentation. So the feeling of security or the feeling of insecurity is given to us by what we perceive through our eyes and ears. So what has the greatest power over people in terms of eyes and ears is, of course, the television. And I think everybody is aware about the fragile nature of the world we live in at this time, or the fragile days we're going through, is because of how the news is presented on the TV. And this is what gives us the feeling of security or insecurity. And so with world meditation, what are we doing? We are spreading a vibration. So the vibration of meditation is something like a transmission. What we are transmitting is something that comes actually from perception directly in the mind. When your mind is connected with the mind of the Supreme Intelligence, then you can perceive the peace, the understanding, the love, the inner power, the realities that are beyond the material world, but that underlie everything that's going on in the material world. The material world is transient. Everything comes, stays for a while, goes. People are very concerned about coronavirus. It came at a certain point in time. Actually, coronavirus has been around in the world for a long time, but just only at the beginning of the year did it become a global pandemic. And so we have to take care of ourselves. And that means, we all know what it means, social distancing. It means the mask. It means the gloves. It means take in vitamins, products which boost your immune system, because the overwhelming majority of people who are exposed to the virus, they get better very quickly. And a few people succumb, a few people get very sick. But we were talking with a doctor here in San Francisco who was saying that San Francisco, the hospitals are all empty, there's hardly any cases, and the majority of cases are more in Southern California. So there are places where there are more cases, places where there are less cases, but the feeling of security is a very important feeling because it creates its own vibration, which spreads a feeling. And I think that a virus will lock on much more easily to someone who is worried than to someone who feels confident and who is taking care of themselves and who is doing all the things necessary to be careful in the aspect of an airborne virus. And so as long as we are doing what we need to do, and as long as we are boosting our own immune system, and as long as we are maintaining pure, positive, powerful, golden thoughts, then we have every reason to feel and to be confident that I'm fulfilling my responsibility to myself. If something happens to me, then I face it when it comes. But if I worry about it and I'm afraid that it might come, that will have a tendency to bring it. And so there's no need to do that. It's very counterproductive. Worrying is considered, in India, there are some sayings, there's no disease worse than worry, and no nourishment better than happiness. So ask yourself, are you happy? Are you happy? If you are happy, you're creating a vibration, and viruses don't really come too close to those who are happy. One of the beautiful things that we've seen with the coronavirus is that nature, the creatures, because everybody's staying at home, the creatures are able to somewhat reclaim their habitat. And they're very happy about that. And so the relationship between us and our bodies, us and our own souls, us and the divine, this relationship is what we need to really care for. And my relationship with myself, what is that? First of all, I am at peace with myself. Do you love yourself? Do you honor yourself? Do you recognize who you are in terms of your spiritual identity as a pure, peaceful, powerful, loving, blissful being of light? Again and again and again, reinforce this thought and feel it and commit it to memory. Take it into yourself so deeply that it becomes part of your blood. It becomes part of your feeling about yourself. And this is why we need to meditate on it. Meditate on it means think about it deeply, think about it purposefully. And when you think about something, you enable the meaning and feeling of that thought to be experienced in your mind. And so just now, we're going to call upon Sister Kyoko to join us again with the harp. And because we cannot have speaking and harp at the same time on Zoom, I'm not going to be doing a meditation commentary, but while Kyoko-ben is playing the harp, just think deeply and try to feel how the music encourages you to experience that, yes, it is true, I am a pure, peaceful, beautiful, powerful being of light, and that light is spreading throughout the world. Thank you. Om Shanti. Thank you so much, Kyoko-ben. I'm sure you all drifted and floated into that beautiful feeling of peace, am I right? Producing mental stability and so much good for your heart, for your feelings, for your soul. And of course, it fills the place where you live. Now, all of us are doing everything from home. So what does that do? It means everybody's home becomes like a transmitting tower to transmit the feelings and vibrations of calm and good wishes and peace. And this creates a wave that is going around and around and around the world. And so this is our practice, and we always encourage everyone to spend some time at least thinking about what is your relationship with the divine? What is your relationship with yourself? What is your relationship with your fellow human souls? All souls are genderless, colorless, classless, nothing to do with race or religion or nationality or language. The soul itself is beyond all these things. And so our problem is when we come into this situation of being caught in the body and seeing other people as other, and then our relationship with our body is not so good, and all these problems occur, body, mind, and spirit. So let me pass the microphone over to Veena Ben, and you can take us to the next part.
Om Shanti, thank you, Sister Denise, for your thoughts, and they were very inspiring and touched our hearts. And then, of course, Sister Kyoko's presentation was really took us all into a depth of experience. So thank you for this. I don't know if any of you have any thoughts or comments or questions for Sister Denise or Sister Kyoko.
I wanted to say thank you, Sister Denise, for taking time out every day and doing Baba's work for us and guiding us.
Shanti, my name is Luann, and I want to thank you so much for spending this time with us and for being the voice of gentle peace and reminding us that we can be at peace, we can be healthy, and that what we bring to the world is our own peace and our own health, and that can be as contagious as any germ.
This is Sister Kim, and I just wanted to tell everyone happy World Meditation Day and happy Father's Day. It's so great to see everybody. Thank you.
I'm Linda Brown, and I haven't participated in the Brahma Kumaris meetings for quite a while, but it's nice to be back. And Sister Denise, I really appreciate your words of wisdom and your thoughts for these difficult times.
I like your program very much.
This is Eileen, and I wanted to say thank you to Denise. It was so nice to have something just for Fresno, and I appreciate it very much.
I think people have been moved by some of their experience, and it's really good to get this feedback from some of you. And You can send us more feedback if you like. That is Raja Yoga, RAJAYOGA, Raja Yoga 108, gmail.com. So do send your thoughts, feedbacks. We hope that we have other opportunities during this time. We just did this first time.
Thank you so much for all you've done over the years and for being here today also. It's nice to see you.
My name is Hussein Sharia, Sister Denise, and I want to thank you so much for your beautiful presentation, and also Sister Kimu for the beautiful music. And I pray to God that this pandemic will be over soon so we can have all these activities in person rather than with Zoom.
Was Father's Day celebrated all along, or is it something that is fairly new?
Hi, Doreen. Yeah. Okay. I just want to answer the question about Father's Day and give you a little bit of history of the development of the Brahma Kumaris. And in the initial stages, absolutely nothing whatsoever was celebrated. No festivals, no nothing. Everything started in the simplest way of just soul consciousness, a remembrance of God, and stillness, and this practice of being internalized. I suppose that as time went by and the Brahma Kumaris moved through the different historical moments where there were big shifts, the Brahma Kumaris started off in Hyderabad, Sindh, then it moved to Karachi, then there was the Second World War, and there was partition of India, Pakistan, then Brahma Kumaris moved to India. And in about the early 1970s, 1971 or so, centers began to be established abroad, and that was just for the Indian diaspora. And then after about 1985-86, under the direction of Dadi Prakash Mani, who took over after Brahma Baba left his body in 1969, so by 1985, she had really carried the Brahma Kumaris into a worldwide organization, and it became spread all over the world. And there was a lot of attention on making this available more universally. And so centers in the United States and other English-speaking parts of the world, some parts of Africa, Australia, different parts of Europe, and so on, where other festivals are celebrated. So Christmas started to be celebrated, and Father's Day, Mother's Day. I don't know. Now we have today was actually 21st of June. Today is International Yoga Day. So there's that as well. And we have this World Meditation Day every third Sunday of the month. And so like this, you increase the number of days. But I think Father's Day must have been celebrated maybe the last 15 years or something like that.
Are we okay? You think you want to do this again sometime?
Yes, definitely. Hi, this is Anand, and definitely this is our first time. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes,
I always wanted to come for the meditation, but this is the best thing that we can do it through Zoom, and at least from home we can do it.
Okay, great. Yeah.
This is one of the things that we've encountered in the coronavirus situation is that our reach has increased maybe 100 or 1,000-fold. And I don't know if you're aware, but there's been the biggest eclipse in 500 years was today. Do you know that? Yeah, biggest solar eclipse, a full solar eclipse over the Middle East, India, China. It was visible here in the United States, not visible. And then, of course, the astrologers have plenty to say about it. And they're saying that really, really bad things is very destructive on one side, and really, really good things on the other side. So among the good things, that you will, whatever determined thought you make at this time, that will become a reality. Whatever relationships are important for you, pay attention to those and they will be fruitful. So these kinds of predictions are associated with this. So today is, and it's also the summer solstice. So all these things happening all together, and here we are all together meditating for the peace and good natural condition of the world.
Thank you very much, Denise Ben, and again Kyoko Ben, and for to all of you who joined us to make this a beautiful morning for all of us. And now hope to have you again.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.